Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we have got our clear Gouf 2.0. I am super excited for this. We've already got our Ramba roll on the stand, ready to be posing up with this guy. And this is just, one of the great master grades of all time. I got this from Premium Bandai. I think it was about 60 bucks when I got it. So, pretty good deal. The color looks awesome. It's a clear blue, and of course everybody loves the Gouf, and the 2.0 era of Master Grade is just one of the greatest. I love the 2.0 Zakus, and just that whole era, the manuals, the builds, can't be beat. So we're going to open this guy up. We're going to check out all the runners. We're going to check out the plastic and look at the manual, and then we're going to get to building. And here we have one of the greats, the Gouf 2.0, with some beautiful decals. We got some dry transfers here. Some nice lining, as well as some caution stickers. We're gonna love using those. And here we have the plastic. It looks so awesome, just like a Gameboy color. We got the clear blue. We got these awesome spikes. I'm not super huge on clear kits, but I had to get this one for the Ramba Raw because it just looks so good. And some of the ones just look sort of bland to me, but there are a lot of them that just look fantastic if you get the right colors. And this one has two different shades of blue. You've got a lighter blue, and then you've got a darker blue here. So that is amazing. We gotta love that accent there. Just a little bit of different colors to set it off. And then you've also got a few clear parts for the shield and the saber. And of course the visor there. And then you've got your frame, which still has some very nice detail on it. Maybe we will detail some of this frame so we can have it shine through. But I am super excited for this build. Of course, we have our infamous tubes. Watch my Zaku video if you need the secret for that. How to snip those beads nice and easy. We've got some articulated hands here. Pretty typical for the era. And of course, we've got some more frame detail. And I just know this kit is gonna be beautiful. Look at that head sculpt. That's what I'm talking about when I say the 2.0 era can't be beat. Just those little details, those inner frame details, absolutely amazing. And I just can't wait to get this guy on my Zeon shelf. And we've got a few poly caps, not too many. And then we have our beautiful manual art here. You know this one's going on the wall for sure. And we have also got a couple other Goufs to make for our Zeon shelf. We've got our Makuve Gouf as well as our Norris Packard Gouf Custom. So we're definitely gonna have a nice, very nice Zeon section. Of course, we've got this nice evolution tree. We've got the Gouf flight type there. Zaku Mariner, I think, over there. And of course, you gotta love this right here. One of the best parts of the manual. That's why The 2.0 manuals are the best. You get awesome pictures, awesome illustrations, and an awesome build. And very, very detailed inner frames as well. And it looks like the bead process on this is going to be a lot easier than the Zaku, so that's good. If you guys have built this, let me know what you think. I already know the Gouf 2.0 is good. You don't have to tell me twice, because I got 3 Goufs to go. And there's always more Zeon suits to be built. Alright guys, we decided to do a little bit of detailing on our inner frame with some silver and some gold, a little bit of red, and just a couple spots of bronze. And I think it's coming out great so far. I'm super excited to get to building this guy, and I actually think it's gonna look amazing through the clear armor, and it's gonna look awesome. Alright, now we have completed all of our coloring, which means it is time to start on our build. I am super excited. I think the frame came out great. And I'm excited to see it poke through on certain parts of the clear body. And yeah, man, I'm just ready to start putting this guy together. We have spruced up our cockpit, got it looking really nice for our tiny pilot. Guys, this thing is looking beautiful so far. You can see the inner frame shining through, and I love it. We got a clear backpack here. We got our awesome headpiece done. We got our pipes on there, and he's good to go.
Got our feet built up and looking nice. Got just a couple nub marks. Unfortunately, I tried to cut them with the hobby knife, but I think I might have gone too deep and left a mark, but that's okay because these feet are looking good. We are just about finished building our legs, and this thing looks amazing. I love how you can see the inner frame coming through that I colored, and I'm very, very proud. We're getting very close to completing our build, and it's coming out amazing. I love that you can see that frame shining through. And now we just need to do our arms and our weapons, and then we will be done. Arm is coming out beautiful.
here is our build, you guys. Looking amazing. Absolutely love that frame poking through. And you can see it shining. It looks so, so good. I am very, very proud of how this guy has come out. And I have a newfound appreciation for clear kits. Something you're gonna need to watch out for. This backpack doesn't really fit in very well. I'm not really sure why it doesn't go in all the way. I've been trying to get it to go in all the way. I've been giving it glue and plastic cement and everything, but it's just not very cooperative. So there's that. But I will say overall, this kit is absolutely beautiful, and I had a very, very fun time building this guy. It wasn't a super big build. It was only about 12 runners plus the poly caps. So he's not a super, super huge build. But you know, it's an okay size. Definitely faster than modern master grade, but I just absolutely love the Gouf, and I think it came out so well, and I just love that you can see the armor underneath and everything like that. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking a bunch of pictures with this guy because he looks amazing. Here is our shield here. And we used all the stickers that he comes with. He comes with dry transfer decals as well as caution stickers. And we used both of those, and then we added some of my own water slides. I'm also really, really liking how this thing looks too. And I think the clear plastic and the dark clear black is very cool looking, as well as this orange. And you can open up the cockpit right here to see your little Ramba roll inside. And he's blue just like the kit. And then you get these two little figures here for Haman and Ramba roll. They are blue just like the model, so that is awesome. And this build wasn't hard or anything. It was pretty straightforward, pretty easy build. You know, not too long. But the only thing that might get repetitive after a while, of course, cutting all these individual beads and sliding them on there. Some people don't like the beads very much. I don't really mind them. They're okay as long as you don't try to pull them along the whole length of the wire. It's a lot easier if you just snip the wire and keep that little piece that goes here or wherever you're putting it. So one thing in this build I just want to bring to your guys' attention is on the side skirts here, you can see the little C-clip above the red line there, and the side skirts hook onto that. You got to be careful because mine broke a little bit, and now it is very easy for the side skirt to fall off. I can still get it on there, but you know, it's very loose, and just be careful with that. Try not to break your C-clips there. And other than that, the build process was fun. It was really good. I definitely enjoyed myself. And I think I'm gonna give this build we're gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I had a really good time. I had a fantastic time, especially coloring this frame. And I just think that I can't give it a higher score because of the fragile plastic, and because this right here, this knee, no matter how hard I try, will not properly go in like this one does. So you know, just got to be careful with that. Maybe I need to switch the knees. I don't know. Sometimes when you're doing limbs, they're just backwards, and you know, it can help to swap them. So hopefully that'll fix it. If not, you know, that's something to look out for. But altogether, this build was very fun. It didn't take too long. I had an amazing time coloring this frame, and I just love how it came out. And I love how you can see all the colors shining through the armor. You can see the inner frame parts, and it's so beautiful. And I wasn't really big on clear kits before, but I'm glad I bought this guy, and I might be coming around to the idea of getting a few more clear kits. Some of them look pretty basic, but there are a few of them that look very cool. And actually, after assembling this guy, of course, I think I like him even more. But as far as looks go, I think this guy is absolutely gorgeous, super amazing looking. We're gonna give the looks we're gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Fuck it, 10 out of 10. You can't go wrong with this Gouf. You gotta love the Gouf, man. You cannot go wrong with this guy. I mean, this is one of the best designs, honestly. Super classic, and great character with Ramba Raw as well. So, as far as weapons go, you've got the shield. I've already showed you that shield. We've got this cool heat saber, which I showed you before. And then actually, one thing you can get is these finger Vulcans. So these are super cool. It's like, I guess, a missile launcher or Vulcan thing on there. But you also get a regular hand as well. So if you don't want to use the Vulcan pod fingers, you can actually just put 2 regular hands on them, and that's just fine. And then, of course, you've got this little wrist slot here, which hooks into the heat rod, which is actually very long. And all these little segments come apart. So if you only need a little bit, you can just throw it on there however much you need, however little or much, however long you want it to be. It's bendable and it's stiff, so you can pose it like this, you know, bending all around, being shot out of his arm, or, you know, maybe wrap it around a guy if you want to do something like that. Super unique. Love the heat rod. Not sure what weapon I'm going to be posing him with yet, although it probably will be the sword. But if I can think of a nice heat rod pose to put him in, you know, maybe that would be a good pose to do. But I think he's got a very good variety. You got your melee weapon. He doesn't have a conventional gun like the Zaku machine gun or anything like that, but he does have the Vulcans, and then he's got 2 separate melee guns. So the only thing maybe he could have used was a Zaku machine gun, or maybe a bazooka or something like that. I'm gonna give the weapons we're gonna give the weapons 8 out of 10 because he's got a pretty good arsenal, but he could do with just 1 regular gun. I think would make it perfect. So now let's just check out this articulation. You can see here the clip is not very big. That is what we have to do, and we just live with it. Another great feature on this is your movable mono eye. Like all the Zaku 2.0s, he will move when you move the head. And it can go all the way around, but you know, I wouldn't recommend it because it stops the eye mechanism, so yeah. And these here are also individually movable, so if you need to lift up your arm, you can make sure it doesn't get in the way, or whatever you need to do to make sure that it poses correctly. And of course you go all the way around. And there's a big shoulder pad here, so you're not going to be up super high, but you've got some decent range. not too bad. All the joints on this guy are double jointed. And then of course you got all your regular hand movement. And these little things are movable, of course. All the fingers to be fired out. And then the waist will not be rotating very much because we've got these big tubes all over. So there's that. And you can get some pretty good range on these legs here. Some good motion. Definitely nice. And the skirts will go up, so you can do that no problem. Not too much circular motion, but you get enough up and down. As you can see, our side skirts are not liking us bending forward so much. Now, as you see here, we have got some great crouching motion from this guy. He has got some fantastic articulation, you know, just like the Zaku 2.0. Looking very nice. I think he actually crouches better than my Char Zaku did. So that is awesome. Like I said, the main thing you're gonna have to worry about while posing is those side skirts being finicky and the backpack falling off and these tubes falling out. That's the only thing you're gonna have to worry about. Other than that, he is pretty stable. You can get him up on one leg like that. And altogether, it's a really fun build. I had a fantastic time with this guy. I would highly recommend it. We're gonna be giving this articulation. The only thing that's kind of iffy about it is the skirts, like you saw. So I think we're gonna give this guy an articulation score of we're gonna give it a 6 out of 10, just because these things keep coming off, and the backpack as well, and nobody likes it whenever parts start flying everywhere when you're trying to pose and take pictures. So for that reason, we'll be giving the articulation a 6 out of 10, and I guess we'll be calling it a day. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Have a great day.